It's the Geekend. It's only 1:30 p.m. right now, and I've had to put on my umbrella light because it's so gloomy outside, it is almost like nighttime. But hi, welcome back to How to Train Your Gavin. I am doing a 48-hour readathon with my patrons this weekend. I thought I would vlog the experience because I am doing my first ever Geekend, which is a brand new 48-hour readathon that I'm doing, where we just spend the whole weekend doing what we love that we could consider geeky. So we'll read manga, graphic novels, just books in general, because they're considered quite geeky sometimes as well. Play video games, watch anime, just do all of the geeky things that people would consider geeky. I wouldn't consider any of it geeky, I would just consider it a way of life. But, Geekend, weekend, why not? And I haven't done just a regular standard vlog in so bloody long, I tell you. So take a seat, grab a coffee. This will be pretty spoiler free, so you are okay. I don't know my entire plans for the entire weekend, so we'll figure this out together. But I am about to go live with my patrons. I'm spending all day sprinting today and tomorrow. So 25 minutes until I go live. Very excited. And I am planning on reading today, at least, all 7 volumes of Given that are out so far in English. I keep comparing the series to Heartstopper because I read Volume 1 back in July last year, I think. And yeah, I just keep comparing it to Heartstopper because it's about 2 high school boys who fall in love. But these 2 high school boys are, well, one of them's in a band and the other one gets invited to be part of this band. There are 2 slightly older boys in the band as well, and both of them are in love with each other too. So it's absolutely wholesome, filled with all of the love, and I have no idea what happens beyond this. In fact, I definitely do need a reread of this because I've kind of forgotten half of what is in here too. And I believe I gave this maybe 4.5 stars when I first read it, potentially 5. So I have this and the rest of them to read today. Will I get my hair cut this weekend as well? Probably not. Oh crap, I've got a cat hair in my coffee. I swear my coffees are usually made with coffee beans, milk and cat hair. It's bloody everywhere. I think I want to surprise my patrons as well with them deciding my manga haul. I might go on, maybe write stuff anime later and be like, hey guys, you guys pick what I get today. That might be silly. And giving my patrons all of that power, I'm essentially giving my patrons my card, my debit card. Right, put your feet up, get yourself a coffee, enjoy the video, like if you do, subscribe if you do, and let's get our geek on. The sprints are going strong. We are still in our first sprint. I have read 3 chapters of Given. It is all coming back to me now, in the words of Celine Dion. And honestly, I do find it so adorable, and I do love when I see a story that really does highlight young love and the love that I never had when I was that age. But it's so reassuring to know that, teenagers today do have things like this to see themselves reflected in. I had nothing like this when I was a kid. Same with Heartstopper. And I do see all of the similarities, but the major differences between them. I do think a comparison to Heartstopper is a fair comparison, but again, there are just so many differences. So we do have 4 different characters, and my pronunciations of the names are going to be so bad. But we do have Sato and Yuniyama. They are the 16-year-olds. They are the ones that are in high school. I would consider them the 2 main characters. They're sort of Nick and Charlie. And then we also have Nakayama and Kaji. And Nakayama is a grad school student and Kaji is a college student. And those 2 are a bit older, but those 2 and Yuniyama, it's going to take me a while to get the character names properly, but them 2 and Yuniyama are part of a band. And the story starts when Yuniyama goes to his napping spot in school and realizes that there is a boy sitting there who isn't supposed to be there because it's his spot. And his name, Sato, he is sitting there with this incredible guitar, and Yuniyama is pissed off. He's really kind of like, why are you there? Get out my spot kind of thing. So it's the total opposite to how, say, Nick and Charlie from Heartstopper meet. And again, no spoilers. I don't think I'll spoil anything story-wise, but just these touching character moments that I absolutely love, and the fact that the way that they start a sort of friendship per se is it's so like a reluctant friendship, especially for Yuniyama. Sato is like a stray dog, like a stray puppy, and even Yuniyama says that at some point as well. He says, I picked up a stray puppy to his other two bandmates. In Sato, he is very clueless at a lot of things, especially music, but he does have this incredible guitar, and the strings of it are all rusted, and Yuniyama is like, that needs fixed, and Sato's like, can we fix it now? And he's just like so wholesome and sweet. He asks Yuniyama like so many questions. I feel like I might have to watch the anime now just so that I can get character pronunciations properly. And also I know that it has a soundtrack, and the songs that are in this are like in the anime, but obviously I can't hear what it sounds like through the manga pages. But Sato does join them on like this band practice. He's sitting there watching them, and he takes anything that Yuniyama says like very literally, and he takes everything kind of like on board. So Sato wants Yuniyama to teach him how to play guitar, because guitar is what Yuniyama is like so great at playing, but Yuniyama doesn't want to do that. He's honestly kind of like the total opposite of Nick, but at the same time you can tell that he is starting to feel this attachment towards Sato, and almost like he feels like he has to protect him somewhat. There was like this really nice moment as well when there was like a car coming, and Yuniyama was like, get out of the way, like there's a car coming, you got to make sure that there aren't cars behind you. And then Sato was like, well, I can't see behind me. And it's like, you know what I mean? It's like so naive, and that's like the charm of Sato, I think. Like, I really do feel connected to them again. I remember feeling connected to them the first time I read this, but to see them be so sweet and wholesome, like so early on again, is like so sweet. And then, yeah, Yuniyama goes back to the spot where he would sit and realizes Sato hasn't been there in days, and he gets worried about him, and it's just like that kind of slow realization that, oh, maybe I do care about this guy. And it is so, again, like sweet. It's just like how HEARTSTOPPER made me feel. I was just like, oh, this is so wholesome, you know. Nothing romantic has like really happened, and I actually don't really know Sato's and Yuniyama's like sexualities or anything just yet, but it is a given. That given is about the romance between the two main characters, as well as the other two characters, the other two bandmates, and them falling in love with each other as well. So there's just like a lot of wholesome falling in love situations going on with this band's storyline in the forefront. So it's not really like HEARTSTOPPER, whereas I don't really think HEARTSTOPPER has too much of a plot. It really is just about the romance between Nick and Charlie, and like the supporting characters going through, you know, being a teenager at school. This one does have the band element, and I really do love that whole aspect of it. So yeah, I haven't actually read too much about it. I just wanted to come in here, introduce the characters, tell you I love them already, and that I can't wait to finish the volume. I can't remember too much past this point. Again, no spoilers. At the end of chapter 3, I do remember a question that Yuniyama asks Sato, but other than that, I can't really remember too much about what happens next. Wow, I really did need that reread. There was something that came up towards the end of this that I totally forgot about. It does get quite heavy, does get a little bit dark. I'll not say what, but I will say maybe look up triggers for this manga, because something is brought up that I genuinely, wow, I'm so surprised that I forgot that. But it does add a lot of gravity, especially to Sato and his backstory, and kind of what's being asked of him to join this band. And it's not a spoiler to say that he joins the band, because it's on the cover. He is singing with the group, and he apparently has like this amazing voice. He has this song within him that I wish I could hear, honestly. I've just looked, and it is on Crunchyroll, so I have it up. I might end up watching that for the rest of this sprint, because the episode's 22 minutes long. There's 30 minutes left of this sprint, and I might just watch the first episode, because I think it just adapts volume 1, I think. But honestly, the characters are so good. They honestly, the way that they interact with one another, there's just like so many cute moments that happen that are just like in the background, even with the other two characters as well. I keep forgetting their names though. Nakayama and Kaji. I will get there. It'll take me a few volumes, but I will get there. And the blossoming of love between those two, it's like really wholesome and sweet. I mean, there is maybe a little bit of a mystery element to it with Sato's backstory, because again, we have no idea what's happened to him in the past, but there is something that's come up that I have no idea what happens after this. You know, even though I forgot this whole angle of the rest of this volume from when I first read it, I have no idea what happens after this. I'm reading the rest of the volumes for the very first time, and so my intrigue has just like peaked. It has peaked. Ash is snoring on the floor. I don't know if you heard that. He's not lying very comfortably. His paw is like this. I'm just like, Do you not want to move? But oh my gosh, I'm so excited to start volume 2. Oh, but I really want to watch episode 1 of the anime. 29 minutes left of the sprint. If I'm going to watch it, I'm going to have to decide like straight away. I think in the next chatty bit of the sprint, I'll get them to pick my manga haul as well. Everyone in the chat can pick my 28 minutes now. Oh my god, I need to decide. Okay, right. I'm either going to read this next or watch the first episode of this. You'll find out very, very soon. You're just in time for some shopping. We're going to be using my card and going shopping. Let me have a look. Let's see what we've got. I do know that I definitely need the 8th volume of Witch Hat Atelier. I know I definitely need that. So if anybody has anything that they think I should get, please let me know. But I definitely need Witch Hat Atelier volume 8. I do have 9 and 10, but volume 8 was the only one that wasn't in stock anywhere when I tried to get it. Oh, there was the Junji Ito one as well, wasn't there? Junji Ito, what was it? Tommy? This one, $27.99. You know, I think I can get that cheaper elsewhere. He has some more that I don't have. I've got that one, but I don't have that or that. So maybe I could go for one of these and then maybe get Tommy in Forbidden Planet, because I'm sure it's in the 3 for 2 offer in Forbidden Planet. So that. Oh, volume 1's out of stock. Marmalade Boy, I was really interested in as well. So, Marmalade Boy. I could always give volume 1 a go. Devils and Realist. Ooh, I like these covers. These covers are good. Oh, okay, it's out of stock. Black Paradox. Oh, and that is a decent price as well. Add to cart. Oh wait, hang on. Is that the one I have? Was I literally just about to buy it again? No, I have Gaio. I have this one. Uzumaki. Let's have a look. I want to do a vlog reading all of Junji Ito, so this is all gonna come in handy. Add a card. The Sama game. Didn't come up with anything. The Sapphic Forbidden Romance manga. Ooh. So if I could reach you. Oh, here we go. And volume 1's in stock. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to add it. Because that does sound really wholesome. I love Slice of Life, so that does actually sound like up my street. Still Sick is a cute girls' love series. Oh, limited time offers. Oh, it's out of stock. But only $8.44? I need Monster Volume 6. There it is, Volume 6. Let's add that to cart as well. Radiant Manga Volume 1. Is it this one? I've never seen this one before. And you know what? I never hear people talk about this online, so actually that would probably be a really good one to add. Oh, look at it. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, there's a whole manga box set as well. Phantom of the Idol Volume 1. After a particularly lifeless concert appearance, Yuya meets a girl backstage. All she wants from life is to perform. There's just one problem. She's been dead for a year. I didn't expect it to take that route. I'll add it to cart. Oh, you know what? So many people recommended this as well. And I never see it in store. So Kamisama Kiss in volume 1 is in stock. Volume 2 isn't. So I feel like I have to jump on this. So I will get it because I know a lot of people did recommend this to me. I do need volume 2. So I might just get that too. So this has just come out in manga. Gay Uni Enemies to Lovers. Let's have a look. I've never heard of this. Oh, it's pre-order. Oh, but it's in stock. It says pre-order, but it's in stock. I'll add that to cart though because it's in stock. And it does sound good. I mean, Uni Enemies to Lovers. Maybe like 2 more recommendations or like 2 more things in the cart. And then we'll get back to sprints. Oh, and it's in stock. Perfect. Okay, let's go. Let's go for it. I actually don't have the first volume of The Promised Neverland. Add to cart. Right, I think one more. Hollow Fields. Oh, I love the cover though. That's cute. Oh, that's cute. Okay, what's the damage? 146.27. Okay, I feel like $150 today because like also shipping, I guess. I feel pretty good about this. I finished the first 2 volumes of Given. Oh my god, if you can hear jingling, it's because my cats have literally just started to play. They do this all the time. I'm going to have a nervous breakdown with them. I'm not going to lie. I finished the first 2 volumes of Given. I absolutely adore how wholesome and cute this series is, honestly. And it does have a bit more teeth than HEARTSTOPPER. Like something like was really tragic revealed. And the whole element with the band and the music is just adding so much more to the story. And they did their first concert together. Sato has like officially joined the band and stuff. Again, all things that I don't think are spoilers because it's literally like on the cover, you know, they're a band. You know, this is like the whole premise of the story. And just seeing them, like, I guess also like coming up with a song and like how the song comes from the heart and like things to do in the past and stuff. Hello, beautiful, I stopped playing. And it's just so brilliant. It's just so wholesome and so lovely. So I am also, well, about 10 minutes into the first episode of Given 2, I started watching it during one of the sprints and I had to pause it because we came back from the sprints. Now I'm doing an update and I am just a little ways into volume 3, so hopefully I can finish that before we are back from the sprints. I would probably give volume 1, what did I give it the first time round? I can't remember. I would probably give both like 4.5 stars. Like, I don't think they've really gotten that 5-star from me yet, but I do think there is still time. There is definitely still time. But I got my patrons to count their manga because we were doing this whole like manga collection thing and I haven't actually counted mine yet, and I really started collecting in September, so I'm actually kind of scared to count because I think I've gone way overboard, in all honesty. Like, this is the Manga Island, and I also have made, well, not made, but I put the bookcase behind me there as well, so I could put Berserk on and some Junji Ito and stuff, so I needed that space. So I'm going to count all the ones I have. I know I have on the other side 101 volumes of One Piece, plus 4 omnibus editions, so that's 105. Then I also have 4 volumes of Kingdom Hearts, so that's 109. And then I'm just going to count the rest of them. I'll probably cut all of this count now because I'm going to have to go one by one. 286. That's not including the 13 I think I've just bought. 286 that my patrons helped me with. They did have control. They did have control of what I got. They recommended things and I got them. 286 plus 13 I think. 296. Is that 299? 299. Oh, to be fair though, I do think I have the second colour edition of Parasite coming as well, because 300. I think I actually have 300. Wow. Okay. And I know I did have some yaoi before September, but I think the majority of this was collected since September. That's 300 volumes of manga. Wow. That's put everything into perspective. Shit. Oh, and I don't know about this either. I didn't count this, Killing Stalking. It's not read like a manga because you don't go from like the back of the book to the front of the book. You go from front to back. So I don't know, is this actually manga or is it just like a graphic novel? But yeah, I just thought I would update you guys. I have 300 volumes of manga. I need to slow down after today. I really do. This was the last. This was the last for now. Good morning. I am about to go live again on the Geekend. Well, I say about to. There's still like half an hour before I need to go live. But I've got everything set up, you know, just in case. Got myself a coffee, got my book troop merch. Book. And I'm ready for another full day. I'm going to sprint for around about 12 hours today, I think. I was having such a blast yesterday. I thought, you know what, let's extend tomorrow. Let's do 12 full an hour. So I'm going from noon till midnight UK time. And I'm really excited. I've got Gabby joining me later as well. And I'm so excited for that. I had Sabine join me yesterday for a few hours. And it was so nice to have the company as well. I love me some Sabine. But yesterday I did read and finish 4 volumes of Given. Started volume 5. And then I thought, you know what? Maybe it's just a little bit too much Given in one day. And I am loving it though, don't get me wrong, I'm still loving it. But I also started Killing Stalking because I was like, you know what, this is a lot of wholesome loveliness. I kind of want something a bit dark. And this is, oh my god, dark. I still have 2 chapters left to finish, so I'll talk to you about it when I finished it. But, what a... what? You know? This, I believe, is considered manhwa. Allie from Hardback Order alerted me about this, and I did see that McKay and Katie Colson gave this 5 stars. So, Yeah, I mean, I can kind of see why, but it's like really fucked up. Like, really fucked up. So, my plan today is to finish Killing Stalking, finish Given. I only have the rest of Volume 5 in Volume 6 and 7 to read. And who knows, I'll get my patrons to pick something else as well if I do finish early. I might read the next Gossip Girl book. I know it's not really part of the whole Geekend kind of image, but, you know, I said to everyone, you can read anything you want. So, if I'm constricting myself from continuing Gossip Girl, and this is book 9, by the way, then I'm a hypocrite. Last night as well, I ended the sprints at 11 p.m. my time because my favourite paranormal investigator YouTube channel, Amiee Scribd, did a premiere at 11:30 p.m. my time of Newcastle Castle, or Castle Keep as it's sometimes called, and we had to watch that. So I ended the sprints. We did a watch along for that YouTube premiere, and it was in a castle that's literally 5 minutes from my house. And I'm like, I need to go there. I need to go there myself and do a video. So I am actually going to email. I'm going to email the Newcastle Castle people. Maybe do an overnight stay there reading some kind of horror book like I did in Chillingham Castle and like I'm doing next month in York. And then I also have, you know, more coming in the future too. So as soon as I saw that, I was like, I only live 5 minutes away. So I could literally just walk there, spend the night there, shit myself and come home. So I'm going to email them today. So I will leave a link to that episode of Amiee Scribd in the description box. If you want to check it out, if you want to see that haunted castle, that's literally nearly in my backyard, then that's down there as well. My patrons egged me on as well. They were like, Gavin, you have to do this. I'm like, yeah, I do. So now I'll just chill until the live show. I will tell you more about Killing Stalking and the rest of Given. Could tell you my ratings for these. So I think I gave like the first two, like maybe 4.5 for those two. Oh, I think maybe a 5 for Volume 3, 5 star for Volume 3. 3.5 for Volume 4. There was something that happened in Volume 4 that was borderline, like, traumatizing. It nearly went there. It nearly went there. It didn't, thank God, but it nearly went there, and it was rather uncomfortable to watch. So I feel like out of all the volumes so far, this one probably is my least favourite, but it's just so cute and wholesome, and I love seeing them in this story of them becoming this band and getting to know more about one another and just like seeing them fall in love essentially, okay? And like the process of everything and just, it's so hard to talk about, but it's so good. Apart from that one moment in Volume 4, but other than that, it's been great. It's been amazing. Better than HEARTSTOPPER. It has a better plot than HEARTSTOPPER, I will say that. And I do find a lot of the romantic elements in it, like, if you can believe it, a lot more cute as well. It just feels so wholesome. Oh god. Like, oh my god. I don't get me wrong though, HEARTSTOPPER is still my favourite ever. But like this is like so good. This is like, on that level. It is on the HEARTSTOPPER level. As you can probably tell, it's multiple hours later, but not really much has changed, has it? I'm still in the same place. It's getting darker because it's gonna rain. It looks like it's gonna really heavily rain, which I love. Got my last coffee of the day. It's nearly 4 p.m. Last coffee of the day. We've been sprinting for nearly 4 hours, and we still have, I can't count, another like 8 hours of sprinting to go. So I'm really excited about that actually, because let's talk about progress. I finished Killing Stalking. I'm going to give this one 4 stars. It's one that I am so super intrigued by, and I thought it was, like, for what it was doing, it was so well done. Like, I cannot wait to read the next volume. And, like, I'm not really typically into extreme horror like this kind of is, but there is, like, this morbid curiosity about how the situation is going to unfold. It's kind of like why we watch true crime, isn't it? Like, we're kind of morbidly interested in, like, the case. This one is just, like, so odd in the fact that, did I even tell you what this is about? I don't think I did. But anyway, we follow this guy who is a stalker, and he's been stalking him, who is a killer, and he ends up breaking into his house. The killer ends up, well, pretty much kidnapping him, keeping him there, and it's just so bloody odd. He is called Yoon Bum, and he is called Sang-woo. It's so messed up, and it ended, on such a messed up note. I would recommend this if you have a strong stomach and you like morbid things. This one's for you, I think. But really glad I read it, and I'm definitely excited to pick up Volume 2. So the last time I spoke to you as well, I think I only read the first chapter of Given Volume 5. I finished this, and I'm giving it 5 stars. I adore a lot of these side characters as well. The one thing that I think lets HEARTSTOPPER down is that we don't really get a whole lot of embellishment with side characters in the graphic novels. The TV show has definitely highlighted them a bit better than the graphic novels have. And again, I know this sounds like I'm shitting on HEARTSTOPPER, but it's not, because I adore HEARTSTOPPER with everything I have, okay? But just comparison-wise, you just get so much depth to everyone around these characters, and I'm invested in pretty much everyone's story, not just the two main love interests, but like everyone around them. I am in love with these characters. They are so amazing. I am rooting for every single one of them. I really am. There's definitely a lot more like drama and stuff, because I have actually finished volume 6 as well, which I gave 4 stars. There was definitely more drama than HEARTSTOPPER in a way. Like, I feel like HEARTSTOPPER is great because you kind of know you're going in and not expecting something that's gonna, you know, bring the rug out from under you kind of thing. Like, you can go into HEARTSTOPPER and expect a really good time and like escapism and just know that nothing too dramatic is going to happen. HEARTSTOPPER does touch on really important issues, absolutely, but it's definitely a lot more dramatic, I guess, in the given series. Not dramatic in the sense that it's like overtly dramatic in like Gossip Girl, for instance, but you know, like the teenagers' lives are a lot more tumultuous. There's, you know, stronger, I think, issues being tackled in this too, and the whole band element of it too, it's just making it so intriguing. It's so intriguing. Oh my gosh, I love it. I honestly love it. So I'm starting volume 7 now in this next sprint that we're doing. I have 21 minutes left of the sprint, so I don't think I'll finish it in the sprint, but I will definitely start it. And yeah, I'm excited to finish Given for today and then move on to something else. I don't know what that will be yet. I'm still thinking maybe Sweat and Soap, but I will let my patrons decide. I'll do a poll. But I did have a pre-order come today of a manga that I can't remember. I must have pre-ordered it like a month ago when I got the full colour edition of Parasite Volume 1. So Parasite Volume 2 came out on Valentine's Day, and this is more of like a classic sci-fi manga of like an alien invasion essentially. And I got the first volume like a month ago, but I wanted to show them side by side because when all 8 volumes come out, it will spell Parasite because, you know, there's 8 letters in Parasite and there'll be 8 volumes. It's going to look amazing all together. I cannot wait for more volumes to come out. And then I kind of want to like binge them all in one go. I want to do like a video on it. I need to stop doing this. I need to just read for pleasure. But then I think, oh, but I could make a video out of that. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm saving this for a video. But I'm glad this came today. I wasn't expecting it to come because I didn't get a delivery estimate. Even when it came out on Valentine's Day, I still got like pending. Back to sprints I go, and hopefully my cats leave me alone this time because Ash has been non-stop clamoring for my attention. Even though I've been playing with him so much this morning, he still wants all of me. He will not let me go. I am currently sprinting with Gabby. And one of these days we're going to do a podcast called Gabbing with Gavin and Gabby. It's been decided. So how's it going? How's your day been? I managed to finish the final volume of Given. Well, it's not the final one. There is going to be more, I believe. There's going to be a volume 8, which isn't out in English yet. Came out in October in Japan, I believe. But yeah, I finished volume 7 of Given. Oh, it's just so good. It's such a good series. Seriously. I can't believe I read all 7 volumes over the last 2 days. And I would have read them all yesterday. I genuinely believe that. But honestly, I feel like these are just as good as HEARTSTOPPER. If you want something with a little bit more teeth, if you want something with a bit more plot, if you want something with more character development around the main love interests, then I feel like Given is definitely the one. It's genuinely, oh my god, I loved it. Absolutely loved it. I ended up giving volume 7 4 stars as well. I believe it was, what ratings did I give these again? So I gave the Given series 4.5, 4.5, 5, 3.5, 5, 4, 4. Yeah, I believe that's what I did. So amazing ratings right there. Amazing ratings. Very good, please check it out. I did get my patrons in the live chat of the reading sprints to vote for which one I should read next, like which manga series to start. And it was Sweat and Soap, Yona of the Dawn, Snow White with the Red Hair, and Fruits Basket. It was quite close between 2, 3, and 4, but in number 1, we had a bit more of a clear winner, and that was Sweat and Soap. So I actually have already read this. I read this during the last sprint, and it was so cute. I seem to be reading all the romance today and yesterday. This seems to be like such a cute and wholesome kind of reading weekend for me for the Geekend. This one follows Isako, and this is Kotaro there as well. She works in a place, like it's kind of like a perfume or like a kind of scent place, and she works in the finance team. And Kotaro, he is more like a more of a bigwig person. He like helps do the scents and stuff. I don't really know the correct terminologies and stuff of like their job professions. I'd be more involved in the romance, but it's really weird. It is like actually really, really weird, but in a way I'm really enjoying it. So Kotaro ends up smelling Asako and realizes that he absolutely loves her scent. She's always been really self-conscious about her body odor, and she's always been sort of like ridiculed for it, but he absolutely loves her scent, and he needs more of it. And yeah, they end up like starting a relationship. Like the fact that he just wants to smell her, and they're in the office and he's just, you know, she's up against the wall and he's sniffing her. It's like, it sounds odd. I get that, it sounds odd, but it honestly is so sweet. And she really starts to feel less self-conscious about how she smells. It's just so nice. It's so nice. It's moving quite fast as well. Very fast in this relationship. But I don't mind that. I seem to mind it when it's in a novel, but when it's in a manga, I don't seem to mind it all that much. So all in all, I'm going to give this 4 stars. I definitely say room for improvement. I do. Which means actually, I think I might bump Killing Stalking up to a 4.5, actually. Like, when I think about all the things I've rated today, I do think this is like one of my favourite reads of today. And there were like a couple of given volumes I gave 5 stars that I just like bumped up a bit more. And then I do think Sweat and Soap is a solid 4-star. So in that poll that I put in the live chat, the reading sprints, Snow White with the Red Hair came second. Kind of joined second. And I really wanted to read it, so I'm going to read this one next. I'm only a couple of pages in, but I thought I should update. This one follows Shirayuki, and she has the red hair. And the kingdom's prince wants her. And from what I believe, she escapes into the neighbouring kingdom where a prince called Zen helps her. Oh, sorry, a young man named Zen, so he might not even be a prince. Genuinely have no idea what else to expect. But I've heard great things about the series, and I'm ready. I love the art style too. The art style is quite cute, but I don't know if it's going to stay cute. It could still potentially be quite a dark series. Who knows? And I still have like 5 hours left of sprints. So I will most likely get this done in the next couple of sprints. I'll watch the first... Well, I'll finish the first episode of Given. I should have finished it by now. But I've just been in such a reading mood, actually. So after this, I don't know what I will read. Probably something dark. I feel like I need to read something that's grim amongst all of this lovey-dovey romance that I'm reading today. I need something else like Killing Stalking to bring me back down to earth. Right, I still need to wrap this vlog up. It is the day after, it is Monday morning, and the Geekend is over, but I have just washed my hair because I'm going to go get it cut because it's way too long. It is way too long and I look like shit. So I'm going to go get my hair cut. I want to make a trip to Forbidden Planet as well, because I want to see if they have Killing Stalking Volume 2. I'm not going to lie, that's been in my head for like the last, day and a half. And I really do want to get Volume 2 like ASAP. So I'm going to just go into town. I need to go into town anyway, pick up some cat food and stuff like that. So when I nip into town, maybe get myself a Starbucks as a treat, because I don't think I ordered anything over the weekend apart from books. I didn't order like food or drink. So, well, that's pretty good of me. But yes, hair first, books later. We can cry when it's over. I am back from town and yep, I got my hair cut. I think it looks okay. But I also, most importantly, hold some books. I know that was super bad of me, especially since all this weekend, all I've done is buy manga. It's super bad of me, I know, I'm sorry. I couldn't control myself. Seriously, the 3 for 2 offer in Forbidden Planet and Traveling Man. Oh man, and considering that both stores are right next to one another, oh man, what am I supposed to do? As a homosexual, I would have been homophobic if I hadn't. And this is only my second coffee of the day. It is now like nearly 4 p.m. This is only my second coffee of the day. I had a little bit of a late start, not gonna lie. Anyway, before I tell you what I hold, I do have, I think, 3 updates to talk about. I can't remember if I gave a review of Sweat and Soap. Did I? I think I might have done, so I'm gonna leave that. I'm sure I did, but I did really enjoy it in case I didn't. I did really enjoy it. I will definitely check out more. And then I finished Snow White with the Red Hair Volume 1, and I would say this is more like a 3.5 for me. I think this was more setting up the world, setting up the characters, and it was good. I believe I have already told you what it's about, so that's all fine, but I do think the story was a little bit jarring, as in it would flit from one scene to the next, and sometimes it was a little bit hard to follow, but no, it was quite nice, it was quite cute. I would definitely read on, but yeah, I think 3.5 wasn't like the best manga I've read over the weekend. And then I read Love is an Illusion, and it's a story and art by Fargo. I really didn't like this one. I think I'm probably just going to give it like 1 star or something. I don't think I'm into the whole Omega Alpha world side of things. The consent in this was, like, I guess pretty much non-existent. It's like a really fine line, and I think this definitely crossed it a couple of times, and I think I was like more shocked by how the story unfolded by the end, that I was just like, I felt like, wait, these characters weren't good, I don't think, like either of them. They were very one-dimensional, and both of them were just like not good to follow, but there was still some stuff in it that I think, like especially with one character in particular, not listening when someone says no. So yeah, I didn't like it. And I have previously read another manga that was Omega in Alpha, and I don't really remember liking that one all that much either. I think there's just like a lot of blurred lines with the whole Omega thing, and I'm not really into it. I'm not into it, so unfortunately, I think I'm just going to give it 1 star. I'm going to unhaul it, so yeah. But it's honestly so misleading because the cover is so cute. Don't they look like so in love with one another? But that's honestly the opposite of what happens in this. The absolute opposite. This is false advertisement. And I mean, the summary does say about, you know, alphas and omegas, and it is spicy, and it has mature on the back. It is extremely explicit, but not in the way that I was ever into, due to how blurred the consent was in this. So we unfortunately ended with a bit of bad one. This one was more like a manhwa, I think it's called. This is more like graphic novel style. This did have the same kind of style as Killing Stalking. Speaking of Killing Stalking, I did manage to find volume 2 in Forbidden Planet in the 3 for 2 offer. I was not expecting it to be in the offer, but it was. I am 116 pages into this. I was reading it in the sushi place I went to for dinner, but it got to some like really explicit stuff, and there were children on the table next to me, and I had to have this one on the table so that I could also eat, and yeah, I was not going to risk it, so I had to stop reading it. Otherwise I probably would have finished it. But no, Killing Stalking Volume 2, this was one that I picked up in Forbidden Planet, along with Chainsaw Man Volume 3, Undead Unluck Volume 1. I hear great things about this one. Pokemon Adventures Volume 2. I have Volume 1, so I was like, oh, I need Volume 2. And they never used to have Volume 2 in, so I jumped at the chance of grabbing it. The second Full Metal edition of Full Metal Alchemist. Censor by Junji Ito, so that I can finally try and complete my Junji Ito collection, but I still have quite a few left to go. And then in Traveling Man, I got Bad Boys Happy Home, which is an explicit yaoi. I got Deserter by Junji Ito, another one, and one called Orochi by Kazu Umez, and this is like an older horror, and again, 3 for 2, couldn't go wrong. So this is my haul for the day. Oh wait, so this is my haul for the day, and that is it. That is going to be it for buying anything for the next like month. I swear, normal, absolutely normal. Unless it's a pre-order, then fair enough. No more buying stuff. You all have to hold me accountable to that. So this weekend, I read 11 manga. I read all of Given. I read Snow White with the Red Hair, Sweat and Soap, Killing Stalking, and Love is an Illusion. So I knocked off 11 books off my TBR. I'm so proud of myself. I really am. And I had an absolute blast with the Geekend as well. Thank you so much to my patrons for joining in on that too. And if you'd like to join my Patreon and take part in all of these future events that I want to do with my patrons, then I do have a link down in the description box. But yeah, that's the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to leave this video a like if you enjoyed and subscribe if you haven't already. Leave all the comments down below. Let me know your thoughts on any of the manga or manhwa that I read in this video. I would love to know your thoughts. I want to give a huge thank you to my patrons for supporting my channel as well as my channel members. I love you all, and I do have links for all of them down in the description box too. But yeah, that's it, and I hope I will see you in the next video. Bye!